Good morning, everybody. I received some feedback and a request to go over item test banks in Canvas. This video is going to cover the creation of those test item banks, which can save you a significant amount of time. If you are already creating quizzes and tests in Canvas, you may want to begin storing these questions in test item banks so that you can use them later with relative ease instead of retyping out the questions, retyping out the answers. Before I begin, I just want to say if something isn't clear, please reach out to your mentor for clarity, or you can both reach out to me and I can go over it in person or virtually, depending on which plan we're on that day. All right, so here we go. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and you're going to see I am in my Canvas, okay? So what we're focusing on is quizzes, all right? So I'm going to go into the quizzes button, and you're going to see mine isn't used. And the reason for this is only because the principles of business and finance quizzes and test questions are actually housed in a completely different area per state rules. You won't see them here, although I have imported some of the questions, some questions for you guys to see. All right, so you can see here that I created a quiz. Now you can come in here, hit the plus quiz sign, and create a quiz at any time. And you're going to see pretty much this, right? You're going to come in here, you can put your week one quiz. When I create quizzes, I like to do video introductions. So I'll click on the video introduction and I'll record the media with the directions. That way they're not reading it, they're hearing it. Okay, especially in this virtual setting. Now I've disabled all settings right now just so this quiz doesn't post to my Canvas and students can't see it. So you can ignore that part for now. And then of course you come here and you put in your question. So you see I created a dummy question here. What color is the blue wall? And if we look, the correct answer is blue. The possible answer is red, but we know that one's wrong, right? So we save the question. Now, you could do this over and over again and keep creating your quizzes. That is one way to do it, okay? But then there's test item banks in Canvas that'll help you out. So next to the plus quiz button, you'll see the three dots. If you click that, you can click Manage Question Banks. And you're going to see I already have a question bank in here, but I'll come to that in a moment. What I'm going to show you is how to create your own question bank. So if I click Add Question Bank, I can name it. I could say principles of, I'm actually going to shorten it to my course code, BF10 Unit 1, okay? So I can come in here and create the question bank by clicking on it and then clicking add a question. Now you still have to go through the hard part initially. Initially, you have to put all your questions in. One, add another question, two, three, and so on and so forth. Now, what's cool about this is if you're a creature of habit like me, one of the things that you are going to do is set your point totals here. So I'm a big 10-point guy. I love setting everything to 10 points. Why? I don't know. I think it's just easier and it looks nice. Maybe a little bit of OCD shining through here, okay? So now I'm going to cancel this because I don't need to create this because I've already done it for you to show you. So I'm going to go back in to Manage Question Banks again through quizzes. Next to the plus quiz button, we hit the three dots, go to Manage Question Banks, and you're going to see I have one in here already. I've already created this for you so you could see what it looks like here, right? So this is nice and easy. I have 9 questions here, and right now they're at 1 point just for teaching purposes. All right, so now once I've created this bank, I can align it with an outcome. If you're an align with outcomes kind of person, please let me know and I will go over that part with you separately because that'll take a little bit longer and I want this video to be focused on creating that test item bank and the purpose of it. So now, how do I use this is the question. So go back to quizzes and I'm going to create a new quiz and I'm going to say BF10 Unit 1 test. Okay. All right. So I have my test created. And again, I'm just going to disable so it don't pop up in my student's calendar. And I'm going to go to questions. Now I have options. I can create a new question. I can create a new question group, or I can find questions. So for this purpose, we're going to click Find Questions. Now you'll see I have a lot of test item banks here already, okay, because I've already pre-created many from my other courses. But for this one, I want the Principles of Business one. And now I can choose. I could choose 1 or 2 or 3 questions if I want to do a short quiz, something brief, or I could choose select all and choose all of my questions. All I do here, you can, if you have groups for questions, you can add the group there. All right. If not, just leave it as no group, but click add questions and boom, all the questions are in there with the point value that you assigned in your item bank. So now I know what you might be thinking. I'm going to click save. Now that test has been created. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Service, I already created all my quizzes. Where was this 2 weeks ago? I'm sorry for that, but there is a solution. That's the good news. So my business management course is a little bit different, where the questions were already created within Canvas for me. I didn't have to create them. I got lucky. I know, but the questions are here. And they're under, if I go into quizzes, which it takes a little bit, so I'm not going to do it in the video, but if I go into quizzes and next to the plus quiz sign, I click the 3 dots and I click manage question banks, okay, you're going to see unfiled questions. So now you could take these and you can move these to a different question bank, okay? So if you go back, let's say I want, let's say I create question banks, unit 1 question bank, right? And then I add another question bank, unit 2 question bank. All right, now there's nothing in those yet, but these unfiled questions, the ones that you've already created, can easily be moved. So I can take this question, if that belongs in unit 1, I click unit 1 and I click move or copy question, and it copies it to that question bank. So now next time I want to call those questions in and I just want unit 1, all I have to do is what I showed you in the last screen in creating the quiz. I'll run back and just quickly show you again. Click on find questions, pull the questions in. So if I click find questions now, unit 1 test bank, okay, they're already populating. It happens that fast. All right, so they're already there. So if I were to pull those in, those questions would appear here. All right, that's it in a nutshell. Very basic, very quick. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or your mentor. Mr. Schledensky is also a great resource. So please feel free to reach out, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.